Hi everybody, I'm Danny Harris, the co-founder and CEO of GameDY. I'm sure everybody has been in a situation where you've watched a sporting event, you've seen your favorite athlete, perhaps the team that you've been following, and you've recognized something that the team or the athlete is wearing, and if you had that immediate opportunity after that game-winning shot, you would have bought whatever it was that you saw, whether that was the Steph Curry shoes, the LeBron James shoes, or the 15th time that you saw Dustin Johnson hit a 350-yard drive. Finally, I need to buy that driver. So that was the original version of an iteration of what GameDY is, really giving sports fans that immediate opportunity to buy the things that you see your favorite athletes and teams using during their games. Now, it was clear after speaking on the business side from the athletes, business agents, business managers, and agents, that there's a huge opportunity for GameDY to provide value for athletes. Athletes don't understand what their true value is. Athletes don't have a great way to bring all of their brand connections together into a single platform. And athletes are certainly looking for additional ways to maximize their value, earn additional revenue. And so through many of the conversations that we had about what we were trying to provide with the GameDY experience, converting fans to consumers, it was clear that athletes were a great opportunity to partner to help them continue to maximize and create new value out of their brand. So GameDY connects products to events, the athletes that are playing in those events, the teams that are participating in those events at an event-specific level. So think of you as a fan, we're creating a new consumer experience opportunity. You're no longer just going to Fanatics and looking on the left-hand side or the top navigation and trying to figure out what that particular retailer was deciding to, from a filters perspective. So think of the event that you're watching, whether it was live, or you're thinking about it a couple days later, and now you want to come back to that particular event. We want to help you as a fan become a consumer and no longer get distracted. On the athlete side, athletes now have a way to bring together all of their brand content, whether that's their GameDY gear, their lifestyle products, the supplements, the products that they use to train, their own personal brands, which is becoming more and more popular. Think of it as a 360-degree view of an athlete and ultimately what makes them who they are, both on and off the court, pitch, course, whatever that field of play might actually be. So this athlete actually now, over time, gets their own personalized store that they can share out to their fans. As their fans are becoming consumers, we have an opportunity to share in that revenue that's being generated as a result of those sales. So a new revenue stream for these athletes. But more importantly, we can now create a measurement and analytics platform that really gives athletes, the agents, the business managers, a clear indication about what these athletes' value is from a brand perspective. The gold standard would be utilizing this data to leverage to change the conversation from a brand endorsement perspective. As so many athletes actually aren't getting revenue from the endorsement deals that they have, they're getting products. Utilizing this data to actually leverage a new revenue stream as a result of this data that they can take to that brand and actually level the playing field that they on those business decisions that they have. So today we have 4 athletes on our platform. We have a women's softball player on the U.S. national team. We have a soccer player that played in the USL. We just recently signed a U.S. track and field athlete, and we have a verbal from a WNBA player. So we're right now trying to target the underserved and underrepresented sports and underserved and underrepresented athletes to really help them maximize the value while they're in their professional careers. We have goals to target 50 new athletes and bring 50 new athletes onto the platform. When we bring the athletes onto the platform, we're using their social capital to create engagement. So that's a way that we're looking to bring engagement, bring awareness to the GameDY platform. And as more and more of these athletes, fans, and followers are coming to the platform, they're then generating new revenue and creating new measurement data. The third way that the GameDY platform and the third pillar that the GameDY platform can benefit is brands. So this is a newer thing that we've been thinking about and ultimately creating more event-specific campaigns as it relates to athletes. So, for instance, last summer during the French Open, Novak Djokovic is a Lacoste athlete, and during his events during the French Open, they actually had a QR code that Lacoste sponsored on NBC. And so the announcers actually said, hey, if you're interested in buying what Novak's wearing, pull out your cell phone and scan this QR code. And so that was a brand athlete-specific campaign that activated new fans to understand more about what he was wearing and convert those fans into consumers. So leveraging new mediums to create these campaigns from the brand. So today we're looking to raise $500,000 to really accelerate our 18-month goals, and that includes adding 50 new athletes. We have a new Android app that's going to be coming out next week, and integrating social content into an athlete's profile. That way we can now start tagging their Instagram content and truly creating a 360-degree consumer opportunity from an athlete's perspective.
Very good.
Question?
Are you operational now?
Yes. Yeah, so GameDay's been around for about 2 years. We launched the first version of our GameDay app on the iOS App Store about a year and a half ago. We have a team that's actually pulling in the NBA data, and we're actually doing it on our own, where we're managing 20 NBA teams, which means that we're watching those games and we're connecting that game day content, just so we have an awareness about what that data looks like, and so as we're talking to athletes, we can actually showcase that real-time shopping opportunity.
How many downloads is that?
Less than 1,000. So we've done no marketing, aside from a couple of Instagram accounts, Instagram ads. As we activate these athletes, we're looking to utilize their social capital where they're creating or piggybacking on an existing post. That basically just says, hey, by the way, if you're interested in anything that I'm wearing during my game or even on this Instagram post, you can just come check out my game. That's actually democratizing the influencer marketing opportunities. Right now on Instagram, they're very narrowly focused on just those top athletes and mobile social shopping.
So on your site, you said something you were talking. How many different purchases? You said 7 million, not people, data, different things. You can touch about 7 million products.
We have over 7.5 million products in our system. So that comes through as a pass-through through affiliate relationships. So that includes Fanatics and Dick's Sporting Goods.
And you make, if people purchase, you make money off of that.
Yeah. So as those fans are converting to become consumers, whether they buy that product that they clicked on and went to Dick's Sporting Goods, everything they do on that site actually is revenue generated to GameDay, and it's actually awareness for that athlete to understand I influence this behavior. So from a measurement,
how does a person stick to your site? What's going to make them stick to your site?
It's that desire to have a close connection to their favorite athletes, their favorite teams, push notifications. So it's a profile-based platform where we can let the fans know when their favorite athletes are participating in events, or they happen to be on an Instagram post and they can't buy what they see. Over time they'll just become aware that consumer engine is the GameDay platform.
Are there any licensing issues with the leagues relative to their licensing partners, like Fanatics and others?
On the product level, no. It's just a retailer relationship. There will be players association requirements to show player likenesses.
So individual sport is all
they're all individual contractors, so golfers and tennis, those would be certain targeted audiences because they certainly can control. Individual athlete could say, I want to be on GameDay, and that doesn't preclude us from doing that. If we wanted a league-wide relationship, we could integrate the entire data set that you could do with their association. And a league association, a league relationship on the logo side. Yeah.
So what happens in the college space?
Amazing opportunity.
That's what we were talking about last night.
Oh my gosh, that's a fireworks.
Yeah. For all the athletes that have in those schools that have passionate alumni, every athlete on those teams is important to them. So there's huge opportunities we see to immediately provide opportunities from a branding perspective, actually, for those athletes that are able to advance to the profession, certainly getting them more active opportunities.
You're already tracking the back end. You see how the flow is working on the back end, so you're able to tell that story right away.
Correct. Yeah, so as those transactions are happening, we understand the brands, we understand the categories, we understand all that consumer data. I mean, if an athlete can leverage the data to actually create a new relationship, maybe it's just an affinity brand that they happen to enjoy, and the brand never had an idea of what value they were generating. That can be a conversion opportunity for those athletes. The agents have that huge value to want to have this data, so they can use that to leverage it for future conversations.
Do they have to pay for that data, or is that are you getting that?
As a result of an athlete being on our platform as an ambassador on our platform, they own that data. They get that data. Because we're using them actually to drive members to create data.
So why wouldn't an athlete?
That's a great question. What we've heard.
They get more just another place for them to have their profile.
Yeah, so in a couple conversations that I've had, it's the start issue of, well, are any of my friends, any of my peers, any of my teammates on? So there's that initial barrier, but some think of it as a time suck. And it's a hurdle that we're trying to overcome, which is we don't want you to have to do anything except for use your social platform to just create some awareness. If we have the team that can manage you as an athlete, your profile, and monitor and continue to connect the dots from a product perspective. So it's a hurdle that we're trying to overcome.
Would there ever be a way to, like in the music industry or even writing a book, would there ever be a way that you could do an advance to an athlete future sales that you feel strong that athlete will move the needle for you and kind of push them over?
So we're trying to use the levers of the revenue generation, the shared revenue, as some of those hurdles are. So maybe 90%, maybe 80%. Initially, it's 70% to the athlete, 30% to GameDay on the rev share. So we're trying to figure out what actually might matter. We've had success for 2 athletes that have the same agent. So it's really that connection with the agent, and then going down to the rest of the so they understand more about the business.
So you give an athlete 70%, you're taking 30, and then you're sharing potentially with a Fanatics or another retailer. So is that share coming out of your 30, or is the athlete 70 net gross?
So the affiliate range is between like 3 and 12% of a total transaction. So the athlete would get 70% of that. 3 to 12%. Brand would be a way that we, understanding more about those athletes that are up and coming. Think of it as the money ball for athletes from no brand perspective. So we're trying to. I don't have the right answers on what the total value proposition is from the brand perspective. I think there's something.
Like this and other non-athletic influencers from this type of work.
Yeah, so there's an influencer platform like it. I'm drawing a blank on what the platform is, but they're essentially monitoring social posts of social influencers, and then those influencers that are being followed through that platform and the fans of them are being notified when those posts are going up. We're thinking of it as what is the complete 360-degree view of you as an athlete. So it's not just your social, it's not just your game day, but it's your own personal brand, which is becoming more and more popular from an athlete's branding perspective.
So
Shaq's gonna be able to sell more pizzas.
Yeah.
Curry's gonna sell more Brita water filters.